Hey all you people on YouTube, this is Professor Winkle. Today I'm bringing you guys a game of Domination on Jungle. Right now my perk setup is Hardline, Sleight of Hand, and I believe Ninja. For my gun I'm using the Enfield with red dot, as you could probably tell, and for my kill streaks I'm using Spy Plane, Napalm Strike, and Rolling Thunder. This class setup's kind of out of the norm for me. I don't usually use the Enfield. It was one of the guns that I'd originally just kind of written off as, okay, this gun sucks when I first got the game. And I think a lot of it had to be just psychological because I got this gun at around level, 15 or something. So you kind of assume in your head, okay, level 15, this gun will probably suck. But now that I throw a red dot sight on it and you get some good perks with it, it can actually work to your advantage if you use it well. And it's becoming one of my favorite assault rifles, and I put it on par with some of the other ones like the AK. It's still not my favorite. I still don't think it's as good as the Galil or the FAMAS or anything, but it's definitely up there. Right now I'm using the Spy Plane, I'm using the Napalm Strike, and Rolling Thunder for my 3 kill streaks. And when used in conjunction with Hardline, it can be really effective, especially when playing on Domination. Because when you get the Spy Plane, that's only 2 kills with Hardline, so you can get that up pretty fast. Once you get that up, you're usually able to get your Napalm too, because that's only 2 more kills from your Spy Plane, and that's not that difficult once you've got your radar telling you where people are. You can usually get a couple of kills with your Napalm if you just throw it on any random flag, any enemy flag, or any flag that the enemy's trying to cap from you. You'll get a couple of kills, 2 or 3, sometimes only 1, but it can be pretty effective. Then after that, you might be able to make your way up to the Rolling Thunder. Sometimes you can't, sometimes you can. It's just kind of difficult from that point because by then your Spy Plane is usually worn off, so it can be kind of difficult. If you can call it in, though, it can be really effective, especially when playing Domination or any objective game. If you call it in on the objective, you're guaranteed a quad or a triple, unless you're like me and you kill yourself whenever you use it. The only area where I was playing safe was with my perk setup. I was using Hardline, which is pretty standard on most of my classes. The only time I ever really don't use Hardline is when I'm using either a shotgun class or a sniper rifle class, in which case I'm usually switching out something like a Ghost, or in the case of the shotgun class, something like Lightweight. Then for my secondary perk, I'm using Sleight of Hand Pro, which is definitely the most important perk in this entire game, especially to have Pro. It just makes everything a lot easier. If you get into any situation, you're going to have an advantage regardless of how well you do, just because you can react faster because of the faster aim down sight time, as well as the fact that having a faster reload just gives you an overall advantage over everyone else that is really irreplaceable by something else like Warlord. My third perk in this match is Ninja, and I've got to say Ninja's got to be the biggest disappointment of any perk I've ever had. People have always been saying, oh, Ninja's the best perk. You can hear people from like 4 miles away and you can know exactly where they are in relation to you. Well, I finally got a headset. It's not the greatest. It's Turtle Beach X11, so it's around $50. Which still, it should be fairly decent quality. The sound quality is really amazing. The voice chat is amazing. It's a great headset, except the one problem I have is that I honestly can't differentiate like where people are in relation to me. When I hear a person walking around, I can only say, okay, there's a person near me. I can't tell that that person's to my right. I can't tell that they're to my left. Then I decided to go and experiment with it in other games. I tried it in Modern Warfare 2. I tried it in CoD 4, and it did work. I could hear exactly where people were. It's just they seem to have nerfed the entire Ninja perk, which I don't know if that's good or bad. I actually kind of think it's for the best, because that prevents a lot of camping. Because what would happen in CoD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 is people would just sit in corners and listen for people to come around the corner, and then they would just shoot them as soon as they walked through the door. So I think this helps to alleviate some of those problems. Speaking of nerfing things, people are always talking about what should be weakened, what should never have been put in the game in the first place. I just want to kind of give my 2 cents on the issue. That makes it sound like a political debate, which it's really not. But if there's anything that annoys me, like to the point where I want to rip my hair out, it's definitely Last Stand. Last Stand is something that should never have seen the light of day. It's been in every single Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, the first, and I have no idea why it hasn't been removed. It's the strangest perk. It basically allows anyone to just have a second chance, and it screws people out of their kills so many times. It's just absolutely makes me want to eat diabetic children, and I'm sorry to any diabetic children out there. I don't actually want to eat you. And Treyarch never should have put it in. I really hope they do something about it. I heard rumors about them possibly making it so that if someone is on the ground in Last Stand and someone comes along and kills them, that the person who put them into Last Stand actually gets the kill credit rather than the person who killed them while they were in Last Stand. And that would be nice, except the one thing they could do to actually completely eliminate it would just be take the perk out of the game completely, but obviously we all know that's not going to happen. Now as for the kill streak, that's the most annoying. A lot of people will say, oh, it's chopper gunner, it's gunship, but if you actually look at your statistics, at least on my page, I've died hundreds of times from RC cars, and I've only died like 20 or 30 times from gunships and from chopper gunners. The problem with RC cars isn't their strength, and it's not their speed either. It's how easy they are to get. Sometimes you get into lobbies where everyone on the other team is running with the RC cars and hardline on, and for them it only takes 2 kills to get them. And once you get an RC car, it's basically a guaranteed kill, and it's a guaranteed death for anyone on the other team. Well, now that we have thoroughly talked of Call of Duty, we can move on to the next subject, which would be my channel and the future of it, and what do you guys really want to see from it. I could continue to upload more gameplays from Call of Duty. I could do different Call of Duties, spice it up, be like a Call of Duty 4 and everything. I can upload gameplays from different games like Battlefield, from things like Medal of Honor, from PC games. There's like a plethora of smorgasbord items to choose from. And I can even do some things that I've been thinking about for a while, like doing Let's Plays, and especially of Let's Plays from games of yore, nostalgic games that I would really enjoy visiting again. Things like Animal Crossing, games like that, essentially constructed half of my childhood. So those would be fun to kind of revisit and commentate over. So whatever you guys want to see, you could leave a comment below and tell me about it. Well, the gameplay is coming to a close. It's at this point that I kind of realized I had almost 40 kills, and that's when I got a little bit desperate. Because for me, my standard of quality for Domination games at least is getting at least 40 kills, and I was aware that I didn't have that many deaths during the game. So I thought it might be uploadable, so I went to a little bit of a tizzy trying to find some people to kill. Luckily I did though. I went exactly 40 and 6, and if you guys could rate, comment, or subscribe, I would love you forever. Thank you so much, and Mr. Winkle is out.